Nikon making waves again.
You know what I think is so funny about Nikon making waves is they are making waves with a camera that already exists.
Yes.
Both times
Twice.
through.
Yeah.
Both times through.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, it's actually crazy because how old is the KX?
KX is
2 years now?
almost 2 years. Has it been 2 years since our KX video?
Probably.
Wow. That's crazy.
Time be flying. And the crazy thing is you can't really think of any camera that's 2 years old that gets this much press, but because Nikon is doing wild things with red cameras, then like it literally, I feel like just not just boosts sales, but boosts interest like crazy.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So in case you've been living under a rock and you didn't hear about this, so this week, officially on, when was the embargo? Wednesday? We shot on Wednesday.
We went live on
Wednesday night.
Did we?
Yeah, it was after our shoot.
Yeah, for sure.
So Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, Nikon and Red officially announced, because we saw a lot of leaks, and I was like trying so hard to hold my tongue.
Dude, somebody definitely got fired.
For real.
Somebody emailed out
to the wrong email group with pictures. But Nikon has officially put the Z Mount onto the Red V-Raptor X and the Red Komodo X, and a few things of note. One, the original RF version of these cameras are going to continue to be sold in tandem. Second, the prices did not change. The features did not change. So there is no benefit outside of mount and lens comparison, like what can be done with the lens and the mount. But when we talk about the sensor, we talk about output of the sensor, media, build quality, all of that. Everything is the same. Frame rates, everything is the exact same. But now you do have some options when it comes to which lens mount you want. But there are some benefits to the different lens mounts, which I think is really important to note.
Yeah, the versatility of the Z mount, like I got the RF one. So it's going to be tough sledding to move to the Z mount, but I can fully acknowledge that the Z mount has way more versatility than the RF. You are going to be adapt more lenses to the Z mount than I can with the RF. So for instance, L mount, you're going to be able to do PL, you're going to be able to do what
Sony.
else? Sony, yeah, E mount.
Yep.
And
EF mount
from the Z mount. You're going to be able to do so much until Nikon opens up their mount more, or not Nikon, until Canon opens up the RF mount more.
Yeah, so here's the crazy part. So I actually, since we went live, and I haven't even got a chance to talk to you about this yet, I actually got a chance to speak with James. So we hopped on a Zoom call Thursday after the news broke and everything. I had texted him while we were live, and I was like, "Hey, you up?" And then he was asleep.
Yeah.
And so the next morning, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, can you want to hop on a Zoom call?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So we hopped on a quick little Zoom call, and I got a chance to see the autofocus in real time.
Was it better than his Instagram?
It is as advertised, bro.
Is it cinema camera level or is it mirrorless camera level?
So
if you had to...
So here's the thing I learned, right? So the thing about autofocus is there's actually like two things going on. There is the algorithm to tell the box what to follow. And then there is the camera lens communication to say, how quickly do you want to attach to what I'm telling you is in focus? And then there's kind of like an asterisk secondary level of how smooth do you want that focus to actually get there? Do you want it to go really quick? Do you want it to go really slow? Because if it goes really slow and then something changes, you don't have this boop, 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 boop kind of thing. You just get this smooth rack to it, right?
Engineering.
It's crazy. And I'm giving you guys the most basic broken down version because I'm not an engineer. So what I learned from the call was, first, the face tracking has gotten much better.
Okay.
And from what I understand.
So hypothetically, the face tracking algorithm should be available on the RF and the Z?
Exactly.
Okay,
and so that's my understanding is that when it comes to the Komodo X and Raptor X's algorithm, this is part of the 2.0 of all of this, both cameras will see an improvement in the ability to track said face because Nikon had algorithms that they already learned from their cameras that Red didn't have.
Yeah.
And so that information was able to be brought over to the Nikon system now, or into the Red system. So we will see an improvement in autofocus on both. Well, obviously we'll see it for the first time on the Nikon system, but we'll also see it on the RF system. But here is the real, I think, this is the big game changer when it comes to the Z Mount, is with the Z Mount, Red actually has, for the first time, control from lens to sensor. They've never had that before in an autofocus type situation because they had to work with Canon and there was like loopholes and things like that of that nature, right? Now, because they can do that, the Nikon will see slightly better autofocus experiences.
Time. Because slightly gives me hope. Like, the RF's not going to be that far off. When you say slightly, are you saying like 5% better, 10% better? Because what I'm not hoping for is I am not hoping for that the Z Mount's like 2,000% better.
Well, I'm not going to say 2,000, but it will be better. So I've got this text message so that way I can actually get this right? So basically the way that it is the Z versions are technically the only ones that support both. And so when he was talking about both, you have speed and you have sensitivity. Now, the Z Mount is the only one that's going to give you speed and sensitivity. But here was the thing that really shocked me. When I looked at the Z Mount version, he put the Mofage adapter on there and put an E mount on there. Bro.
The Mofage has connecting pins?
Yes. No, I'm sorry. Not Mofage. I said the wrong name.
Okay.
Not Mofage. What is Midpeg?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But he put the E-mount adapter onto the Z-mount version.
Yeah.
And when I saw the autofocus, I was like, bro, if you shoot Sony, it might be time to switch.
Well, you knew that on the Z8.
Yeah, but here's the difference.
It's a different camera, but it was so good. The Sony lenses felt native.
And that's literally what. So basically, what it came down to was the best experience for autofocus, if you want speed and sensitivity control, is going to be Nikon lens, red body with the Z mount.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a very good experience as well, you could go with the Z mount. You could go Sony. With the adapter, or you could have a better experience by having the Nikon, no adapter. You could even throw a PL adapter on there. You could throw an EF adapter on there. Like, the Z mount definitely feels like if you weren't overly invested in the RF, which, hand to God, I am. I'm very overly, I'm overly invested in the EF or the RF mount.
This has been building for 13 years.
Because I'm so overly invested in the RF mount.
So
the Z mount might be the way to go.
I've got a question. So he showed you the E mount adapter. He showed you obviously the Nikon, the Z mount.
Yes.
Did he show you any RF stuff? Like, was there like a Komodo with a little RF lens showing off the autofocus?
No.
We'll have to wait. Did he tell you?
He said,
is this a firmware update, and when does it happen?
So I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. It is a firmware update, but I do know that from what he explained to me, the experience that I was seeing with the Sony onto this would be basically identical to the RF version.
I'll take it.
So if you are an RF shooting Komodo owner or Raptor X owner, I am very confident that you're going to be happy with the software update. And when I watched it, I was like, oh, wait, this is actually usable now.
I might have to, Cam, I know we still need to talk, Cam, but we might not be getting that DJI LiDAR focus unit.
Look, between you and I, and everybody watching, if you are on the fence right now about picking up the LiDAR system or how the autofocus is going to perform, I would wait. I would not buy the DJI LiDAR. And like, we haven't talked about this. This is all real time.
Yeah.
Don't buy the DJI LiDAR system.
Yeah.
Wait for this update to come out, because I think you're going to be very happy as an RF shooter, because especially because you already have so many lenses, you're going to be good.
When is this? When are they shipping this?
I don't know the exact date on when it's going to ship. It should be coming very soon. I would imagine it's going to come about the same time that the actual Nikon cameras actually ship out, which as of right now they're saying Q1, which we're in the middle of Q1.
We're in the middle of it.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of it. March is the end of Q1, so I would imagine here very, very soon. Scott might know the exact time frame, but I don't know.
Let us know.
Ron says, "Okay, I'm ordering it." Nikon,
seriously.
Red.
No,
I want the affiliate for that.
Link in the description.
Click on the link that doesn't exist in the affiliate.
Shill for your money.
But yeah, so I don't actually know exactly when it's coming out, but that is my original thought when it comes to the autofocus. I think that this is going to be, groundbreaking, seriously. And
dude, and not in a discouraging way, the center focus, autofocus on the Komodo X is fine, decent.
Yeah.
The face tracking is, whether professional or unprofessional, like not unprofessional, but on a paid shoot or a non-paid shoot, not usable.
Yeah.
Not usable. Man, I put it on, I've done so many test shoots with it, and I'm just like, if you want it to hunt indefinitely, if you want it to back focus, like if you want those things, if you're going for that look, then turn it on. But it's permanently shut off. So anything that is better than what we currently have, and if it's usable, dude, that LiDAR may never get bought.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more content like this. Because let's face it, sooner or later, I might just be AI. And you'll never know. Or maybe you will.